Welcome to Capital Region today. I'm so glad you're joining us today. We just have such great guests, and today is no exception. And one of the things that is delightful is I have three of the theater groups on, but let me tell you who's coming on and what order they're coming on. Circles of Mercy is here, and of course they're here to talk about the VITA program. And remember, those taxes are going to be due, and they're giving us another little bit of information about what the taxes are going to look like this year. And I understand they're supposed to increase the rates or something. Maybe they know about that. Then we're going to be talking with Homemade Theater, and they're doing a fabulous presentation of Peter Pan. It's a musical, so it should be a lot of fun, and we're going to hear from some of the cast today. And then the Downtown Schenectady Improvement is going to be here talking about Restaurant Week, and who doesn't love a good Restaurant Week? And this year is no exception. For $20.40, I think you get a 3-course meal. How great is that to try out different restaurants? Callaloo is here, and they're doing what they call Harlem Macbeth, so that should be a really interesting play. And we have some of the actors here as well. And then Bunbury Players is going to be on as well, and they're talking about their one-act plays that they'll be doing. So we have a lot of exciting things going on in our community, and I hope that you'll join us with some of them. But right now, you sit back and enjoy this show. We're going to start out with our taxes. Usually you're on at the last, but I'm putting you on first because we want to get that message out.
Thanks, Ann. Good to be here.
When's the deadline for this year?
April the 15th.
Oh, it is the 15th, because
the
sometimes
15th.
they have Patriots Day and it's another day.
If you reside in New York, it's the 15th. If you're over in New England, then you have it to the 17th.
Yeah. Okay, good. So it's the 15th.
It's 15th. It's a Monday.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you've got, I just heard where the tax rates are going to be going up in another year or so.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
are.
and she's nodding her head, yes.
Yeah.
Joanne Passineau. She's the site coordinator, but she's also been with the IRS.
Yep,
Yeah.
correct. Yes, especially this year, everybody should look at their withholding, because I'm noticing, and we've started to do taxes at Circles of Mercy, people are getting less of a refund this year, and then next year it's going to be worse. So I advise everyone to get new.
Take an extra deduction out.
Yeah,
No,
federal-
take a deduction off, right?
Well, see, I do.
I know. How do you do that?
I've been
Yeah.
I've been married for 50 years, but I always file single, zero, because they don't have single, they have single.
It's zero, just
and
zero.
zero, but then you gotta take more money out. I have my kids taking more money out, so I designate like $100 their payday, because all of a sudden at the end of your year, you have to come up with $5,200, depending on how you get paid. Where are you gonna come up with that money?
Yeah.
You know, every week you can live and adjust your living to that. So that's
if
what I
you
do.
have, one of the problems if you have any money invested, or not invested, but, because invested you can get a percentage taken out, but if you got interest at a bank, that stuff is never taken out.
Right, so yeah. So
Not, I mean, if you're fortunate to get anything, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll send you the 1099, and
Yeah.
that's what you're going to have to
But
pay.
you still have to pay the
Right,
tax.
Right.
exactly.
So now, any new things? I know you have the child care.
The EICT.
Yeah, earned income tax
Tax
credit, we
credit.
have that. I haven't heard that, you're talking about, I think, the child tax credit.
Yeah, and one of the things they were saying about the child care, if you deduct that, you must give the person's social security number or their
Right.
business
Correct.
identification number.
Right, definitely.
So if you're having somebody in the neighborhood do it and then you find out, oh, well,
Yeah, a lot of times people leave.
Yeah, they
They'll
just
say,
do it, yeah.
Oh, let's not do that,
Yeah.
okay, because once you
yeah,
get
I'm only
first
doing a
one-
little bit, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
There's
but
one-
you have to do that. If you want to be able to deduct it, you have to do that,
Right,
right?
and
That's
the
good.
person has to claim it,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
should explain that to them.
That's the way it
one,
goes.
One of the slides that they could put up has got to do with, from the IRS, about who do you trust to do your return. A lot of times what we end up doing is going to a friend or a relative to get our taxes done, when in fact it would be better for them to come to a VITA site, as long as they fit the income guidelines. There are other options that they can do besides going to a VITA site. If they feel confident enough about doing their own return, they can contact us. We have a special URL that we can give the individual, and they can go online themselves. I think the income is up to $79,000.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
it's gone up?
So that's something
So
that,
the young people who know
yeah.
how to do the
Yeah.
computers.
Yeah.
And then they get us or me to, if they have any questions through it, just call, and then I'll call them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing my taxes for years,
yeah.
so.
And then there's another program out there, My Free Taxes, that
Yeah,
we,
and I think what we did was, I think Raymond has all those websites that we put up there. I put them
Yeah.
all on one page so that they were all there. I think there's 4 of them that you gave us, the IRS and
Right.
My Free Taxes, and I think we put Circles of Mercy as well. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And 211 you can call.
And
they
211,
can-
and we've
yeah.
been using the 211 on
Yeah.
there. As a matter of fact, when they put your name up, I think you see 211
yes.
on the side.
And that's probably one of the best ways to find where a site is. Another way that I stumbled on was believe it or not, the IRS website. They have a link to find a site, and all you got to do is type in your zip code and how many miles you want to travel, and they'll list all of the VITA sites or AARP sites that are available in the area.
Okay, so, and then they're pretty safe because they've been trained and everything,
Yeah.
so there's
Everybody
not a-
gets
not a
trained, they
problem.
take exams, and they get certified.
And the return is reviewed by somebody else before you leave.
Yeah,
Okay.
So that really
two
helps.
sets of eyes on everything.
And then the money that comes back directly into your bank account.
Right, correct.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Unless if you want to put mine. No, only kidding.
Your bank account?
Sure.
She's gonna give you her routing number shortly, so that you can say.
Only kidding.
If Raymond could put up the slide that shows free tax prep service.
Yeah.
Just want to quickly review what you need to bring into
Yeah,
the
if you pull
site.
up the free tax service.
You got to have a valid picture
one,
ID, or like a driver's license, social security card.
There it is. Okay, that's it.
Your W-2s and 1099s, and other
There
IRS
it is.
forms.
They have it up now.
If you're coming into our site, and if you have it, a copy of last year's return.
That's helpful.
If you got your insurance coverage through the New York State of Health through the marketplace, there's a premium associated with that, so you should receive a 1095A form, so that's required. As you mentioned, a direct deposit of either checking or savings account. You need to have the routing number and the account number. And then, as you also mentioned, if claiming dependent care expenses, you need to have the provider's name, address, and their social security number.
Absolutely. So they kind of cover all the bases with that.
Yeah.
Right, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
The other thing, I think we mention this every time, is that it's interesting because now they're calling it a loan. I heard that on the
Interest-free loan.
news that
Yep.
this year they're not calling it an anticipation return. They're calling it a loan, and it really is a loan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the hype is interest-free until either one of two things happen. You don't pay them back when you're supposed to, or if it's you're turning the refund check over to them automatically, and
You still owe money.
the refund amount is lower than what was anticipated.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
So,
But you still owe them interest.
Right.
So you'd still, even if you turn the refund check over to them, you might still owe money.
might
Right, and
own.
an important thing
And you're
there-
only talking like 4 or 5 days difference.
Yeah.
Right, right. The only thing, though, is for earned income tax credit, if you claim that on your return, those refunds aren't going to be let out until February 27th.
Okay.
At the end of the
That's
month.
important because people will wonder where their refund is, because that's a large amount of money,
Right.
so
So what is it on the February 28th
27th.
or 27th?
The earned income tax, like if I was getting an earned income tax
Oh, okay.
credit,
But not
my
everybody gets
refund
that,
will
right?
freeze
Not
and-
everybody gets that, right?
no, you
Okay.
got to make certain amount of money
Okay.
and have kids and have earnings.
Yeah.
A lot of grandparents are taking care of their kids.
Yeah.
But the kids are, they're retired, so that's not earned income.
No.
And they don't understand that. That's sad.
It's
though.
hard for
Yes.
them, and I do understand that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, what the issue is, it's just like people with, even when when they were doing the, not the 401ks, but the The
IRA?
savings, yeah, but you had to be earned.
Right.
And they're saying, well, why can't I take it out of savings and put it there? No, it doesn't work that way. You
Yeah.
gotta earn the money.
Right, and it's for the.
Yeah, because it's gotta be in that year, so to
Right.
speak. Yeah,
There's
there's a lot to
Yeah,
do
there's
with it.
also a new program they're looking to roll out. And one of the states that's been selected to participate is New York State. And that is the IRS will provide you a link to do your tax return with them directly.
Oh, with them directly.
Yeah, so there's.
Don't make any mistakes
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah,
So
right.
it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that all transpires.
Yeah, well, I think that they're trying to get everybody to do it online, but you've got the old diehards that don't even know what a computer looks like.
Yeah, and that's why they come into a VITA site.
Yeah, and so if you don't have a computer, go into them, and you know, it's so fast to do it online. It's
I know.
just amazing.
It
fast.
is.
So you're all set for this year, and I know you're coming back again to keep promoting this because it's such a wonderful service, and you do this through Circles of Mercy, which we want to mention is in
Right.
Rensselaer, and you are doing a lot of good in the community as well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And Joanne's position is she coordinates the program.
Psych, yeah.
Our site coordinator. Joanne also runs and coordinates a mobile site. So she goes
got
out.
wheels, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
she
on-
goes out to
yeah, I
different
go down the
areas,
road.
like we do a special outreach to the disability community
Oh, good.
through
Oh, yeah.
Wildwood
Yeah.
that Joanne takes care of. We go out to a couple of different churches and parishes to
So
do
you're
the
doing it
text.
all.
So we try to do outreach into the
Good
community.
for you. Thank you
Yes.
both for being here. Joanne, it's so good to see you
Nice
again.
to see you,
I know
Ann.
she used to be on all the time, and she wasn't on the last 2 times, and it was
I
like,
know.
where is she?
Yeah, where is she? Well,
Yeah.
I brought her today.
Yes, you did, Richard. And
Thanks,
bring her
Ann.
back again.
I will.
I will.
Good to see you.
And Joanne, of course, was with the IRS and has turned her talents over to this the VITA program. And
Thanks.
of course, the VITA program is sanctioned and sponsored by the IRS.
That's it.
So, thank you,
Or
Richard.
Certified by the IRS.
Certified. They're not doing the work.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you
Ann.
both for being here. We're going to
Okay.
switch
Pleasure.
right over here and talk about the homemade theater, because who doesn't love Peter Pan? Who's Peter Pan?
These two lovely
You're
women
both
are
Peter Pan. I
yes.
know. I saw you have the emerald and you have the what was it?
Juniper.
Emerald and
Juniper.
Juniper. That's it. I try and remember everything. You know, sometimes my mental
It's a lot. You
Rolodex
have a lot to remember.
spins around sometime. So tell me about Peter Pan, and this is the musical.
Yes.
Is this the one we would have seen on Broadway?
It is not.
Oh, it is not.
It
that
is
one.
not. It's
Okay.
a new version.
Okay.
And I have my little cheat sheet here. Oh, I did anyway. Sorry. One moment.
That's okay.
It is called Peter Pan, a Musical Adventure, and it's by Willis Hall, Anthony Drew, and George Stiles.
Oh, so this is a brand new production.
It was written in the 90s.
Okay.
And was presented as a concert. And the music is fresh and modern. And
Oh, so it's not going to be the same
It is
song?
not the Mary Martin 1954 Broadway version.
Okay, well, this is exciting.
However, it is the same team that brought us Mary Poppins, Honk the musical.
Oh, okay.
So they're a very well-known
Yeah, they're
composer
very,
team. The music's
okay.
awesome.
I wonder what made them decide to do it over. I don't know.
I think what's interesting is that it was produced in Scotland, which is where J.M. Barrie, who wrote
Yeah,
Peter
he
Pan,
wrote
is
that,
from. And so it is very heavily Scottish inspired.
Scottish inspired.
There are some songs in it that you can definitely hear like the Scottish influence.
Okay,
and
good.
so I think
Bagpipes and everything?
Not
not
that
that
Scottish,
far, not that far, but harkening back to the story's Scottish
Yeah.
roots.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
Yes, it's very exciting. We had to make a bit of a pivot. There's apparently a tour of the 1954 Broadway version that is going to be going out sometime later this month, I believe. But
Now,
it
this
doesn't
is
come
going to be the
anywhere
Mary
near
Martin
us.
one that they're doing?
Yes, but they're updating it because there are
Well,
some,
they always have to do a
yeah,
little
well,
tweaking.
there's some very, shall we say, politically incorrect moments in that version, which are not in our version.
Okay.
So that's another reason why we changed.
Okay. Well, you have to, go with the flow, I
Yes,
guess.
yes, you do.
Things change. Well, I mean, it's I mean, the only thing that seems to stand up is Shakespeare. I guess they don't do much changing there. Although we're going to find out about a Harlem Shakespeare or Macbeth, so that's going to be interesting
nice.
to find out if they did much changing there. So, how big is your cast?
We have about 40.
Her eyes went big.
Yeah, it's big, but it's double cast, so altogether it's 43.
So there's about 22 in each one. Or
No,
no, 20.
There's about 30, 31, 32
In each cast?
in each cast.
So all you
So
have the
the-
Lost Boys, and you have the.
So it's all the kids are double cast and the Peters are double cast.
Okay.
And everybody else is the same. Both.
Okay, so Hook.
Hook is the same.
Okay.
He's Hook and Mr. Darling, played by John Rayom, who was supposed to.
Who was supposed to be here, couldn't make it.
He was supposed to
yeah.
be here. Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's
he's not
okay.
feeling well today. But and
Because we schedule this way out ahead, so
yes,
you never
yes.
know.
And also, our audiences may remember him from our production of The Sound of Music. He was Max in The Sound of Music back in June. So
You do some good stuff.
we try to give a variety of programming to please a wide audience. We decided that to double cast this production.
Well, when you double cast it, you get more exposure for kids.
Yes, but it's also because of the financial commitment that we have to make. And
Okay.
if somebody goes out, like if we only had one Peter and
Oh, yeah.
they came down with COVID, God forbid, then
Oh.
we can't go on. So
I'll tell you, we did that happened with Schenectady Civic Players. They had a great production, Bull in a China Shop, I think it was called. They did the preview, they did a performance. The cast came down with COVID. You lost everything.
yes, that happened to us with in December of 22. We did a production of She Loves Me, and that wasn't COVID, but everybody came down with the horrible flu that was going around at
Yeah.
the time, and we had to cancel an entire weekend, and that was financially devastating.
It's
for our
devastating
company.
when you do that because
Yeah.
you're still paying the royalties and you're paying for everything else that
Absolutely,
you had
and
put
the
together.
rental of the venue, and so to safeguard against that, we have double cast.
I think
we
it's
did
smart.
it with Sound of Music too.
They do that a lot with young people too.
Yeah, but the young kids especially. It also helps with rehearsals.
Not that you're.
I'll take it.
No,
I'll take
it's-
being
yeah.
young.
You'll take it. You'll
It
take it.
helps with rehearsals because they rehearse one cast one
Yeah.
night and another cast another night, and perhaps
You
our
have
Peters can talk
flexibility.
about
You've
that.
got flexibility.
Lauren and Haley can speak to how that has been, perhaps.
Yeah. No, it works very well. What were some of your other productions this year?
First, we did Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike.
I saw
to get the title correct. It has all those ands in there.
Yeah, with the V's and stuff. Yeah.
And coming up after Peter Pan, we have The Humans in April, and then we're closing out the season with The Secret Garden.
Yeah, and I
in
think
June.
we were scheduling you for all
Yes,
of those
yes,
as well.
I will
so.
be back, and
Yeah.
hopefully with some cast members with that as well.
Good. Now, first of all, let's tell everyone when and where.
It is at the Spa Little Theater, and we open February.
23rd.
23rd,
Thank
I
you.
think.
I have the
February
26th
23rd.
through March 3rd. I don't
Yes,
know if that's
yes,
right, but that's
you
what I
have
have.
the info.
Second weekend.
I have a lot up here too. So
Yeah.
Through March 3rd, it's 2 weekends, and there's a Thursday night on Leap Day. So please join us for Leap Day.
So, what happens when you have smaller kids and you want to get them there in the afternoon? What do you have for the afternoons?
We have Saturday and Sunday matinees.
Okay, so that's perfect. So
Yeah.
kids go out at night too. I've been to some of these Lion King shows at here at Proctor's, and it's like, it's going to get out at 11. These little kids are in there; they're just happy as can be, and I'm going, are they going to get up in the morning?
Their parents make an exception to come see the
You
Lion
got to
King.
you
I
got to
think.
do that. Yeah, I brought my great grandson here, so he
Oh,
loved it.
nice.
So yeah. So how big is the theater, and how many? I mean, is there going to be a standing room only? What's going on?
It's selling very well at the moment, and we seat at the Spa Little Theater just under 500.
Okay, so that's a nice audience.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and so tickets they can buy online.
They
of
can
course.
buy online, or they can call our box office phone number, which I think you have.
Yeah,
you
I
put up on your
put that
screen.
up there too.
And they can call Monday through Friday, noon to 4 p.m.
Uh huh. And can they buy them at the door if they have to?
Yes.
Okay, good. You got your next season planned?
Not yet. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to have that done by next week. So.
Do you try and do you try?
Good
I
luck.
know how that
Wish me
goes.
luck on that.
Do you have? I know you got musicals. Do you tell me what your plans are when you? Because I know I'm on another board, it's a theater board, and you kind of want to get kind of like enough to draw different audiences and stuff. Tell me how you plan that.
I ask for a lot of advice from people who have been involved with the company longer than myself, who know our audiences a little better, and then I sort of whittle down from there because I get a lot of opinions. So,
Yeah.
But I do try to balance things out with comedies, musicals, dramas, mysteries.
So you have a nice
I
variety.
do try to get a nice variety.
I'd like to talk to Peter Pan here.
Which one?
Okay, let's start with you.
Okay.
Okay, how long have you been acting?
Oh man, I've been acting since I was 10. I'm
So
almost
a long
33
time. Have you
now.
ever played Peter Pan before?
No, Peter Pan was always my dream role.
Okay.
So that was always like in college when people were like, what do you really want to play?
Okay.
It was always Peter
What
Pan.
what parts have you played? You're next.
Well, on stage, so I'm primarily a film actor, actually, but on stage I played Anne in The Diary of Anne Frank.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That was weird to say, but it was a very fun production, meaning that it was just like a really nice group of people that all came together. And
There's two ways of looking
yes,
at it. The performance is
artistically,
one thing.
artistically,
and then,
it was a lovely experience. What else have I played? I'm like blanking on anything else. Lauren and I actually did a staged reading of Pump Up the Volume, which is a musical that they're hoping to bring
Oh,
to
really?
Broadway.
Oh.
We did it this summer.
Fun?
I played a character named Stacy, but that doesn't mean anything to anybody because it's a new musical.
No, yeah, no, really, yeah. Okay.
Chicago, I was one of
Roxy?
Oh, I wish. I was Pop, which is like one of the Cell Block Tango
Oh,
girls.
those are so.
Yeah, who
such great-
pops her husband
Yeah.
off or chewing
Pop.
gum. Yeah.
Or what was it?
Pop, six, squish.
Yeah. You got it. You
Yeah.
got it. Good. And you, what have you? How long have you been acting?
Since I
Lauren?
was 16, I saw a production of Into the Woods.
Oh my God, Sondheim. Yeah.
Yes. I'm from Scottsdale, Arizona, so I saw a local production there, and I remember leaning forward in my seat and being like, I don't know what this is, but I want to do this.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah. So it started there, and I went to school in Boston and actually studied opera and voice performance, but what I really loved was telling stories, so I kept coming back to theater.
Yeah.
And then
It gets in your blood, doesn't it?
It does, truly. Yeah, and then I went to a theater school in France, did some work there, and then moved to the city in 2016, and then met my now husband in the Capital Region, and now I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
For fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's such. I think it does get in your blood, and you just. I mean, maybe you get stage fright the first time, but after that, it's like, whoa, I can do this.
Totally.
What was that from Chorus Line? I could do that.
Yes. And I think that's something really special about this production, too. I mean, the age range in the cast is, I think, like 5 or 6 to maybe, like, I don't want to, probably like 60s, maybe?
Yeah.
A young
Careful
60s.
there, Lauren.
Yeah.
I know, I was like, I'm setting myself up for failure there. And some of the little ones, it's their first theater experience. So it's really cool to be able to witness that.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it, and I'm like, it's our job to make sure that this is like a lifelong thing for them and that they want to come back. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, we're talking about Peter Pan, and you have the 2 Peter Pans right here, and it's going to be at the Saratoga Spa, the theater there, and that's going to be from February 26th to March 3rd. Is that right?
February 23rd
Third.
to March 3rd.
23rd.
March
Oh,
3rd.
23rd. You're right. 23rd. 26 is the. See, I get all these dates mixed up. That's a restaurant week. Is the 26th. I'm sorry. But you're close there, so you can, after you see that, come to Schenectady and have dinner. Right?
Yeah.
There you go. Dinner theater.
And that is a ticketed event, is that correct?
That is
and they
correct.
can get their tickets either at the door, or they can get it online, or they can call the number that we've been showing.
Absolutely.
Rudy, thank
Yes.
you so much for bringing these lovely Peter Pans with you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, fun. We'll see you
Thanks
again.
for having us.
We'll
Thank
see you
you.
again.
Yes.
Good. We're going to go over here, and of course, I got my date mixed up, didn't I, Amy? Oh,
That's
my
okay.
goodness, she knows. But you are the 26th through the 3rd, and they are the 23rd through the 3rd. So you wonder
A lot
why
of
I get
exciting
mixed
stuff.
up?
Yeah. Well, that's the great part about your show is you just it's such
I get
a
mixed up.
wonderful. No, there's just such a wonderful wide variety of events happening in the capital
we
region.
do,
So it
yeah.
shows.
So you
a lot
got
of great
Restaurant
things.
Week and $20.40.
So there's 3 different price points.
Oh, okay. I only saw the one.
There's the
Okay.
$20 lunch option, so that's 2 courses.
Oh, that's the lunch one.
Yes. So select restaurants will be doing 2 courses for $20, and then we have 2 different price points for dinner. Both of them are 3 courses, but select restaurants will do $30 menus, and some restaurants will offer $40 menus.
Okay, well, that's great.
Yeah. So it will hit everyone's budget. There'll be a wide variety of different food options. They're all prefixed menus, so some great options that these restaurants are putting
Yeah,
together.
that's great. Yeah. So having dinner. Now, you didn't tell me what restaurants.
Well, that's because
Come
we
on,
got to keep
okay,
something
here
a
we
secret.
go,
We'll
here
do
we
a
go.
couple of them. I'm not going to list them all.
Oh, come on. Okay, I'm gonna start counting.
We've got Zen. We've got the Nest, which is participating for the first
the
time.
Nest?
So
Okay.
they'll do a $20 lunch and a $40 dinner. So they're participating in 2 different ways. We've got Whistling Kettle. We've got Max 410 at Water's Edge. We've got
Oh,
Tops.
Water's Edge. So
We've got
it doesn't all be downtown.
Correct. So we partner with the Capital Region Chamber, the Schenectady branch of that, as well as Discover Schenectady. So it's actually restaurants throughout all of Schenectady County, and we're excited to partner with them on this and to showcase a lot of the great dining options here throughout the county.
Good. And so there's a variety of, because we have a lot of great restaurants.
Yeah, you can, it's a culinary travel episode throughout the whole week. So you can hit Italy on one night, you can go to Morocco on another. Maybe you want to just do traditional American cuisine.
Terra
So
Kitchen, they have, and I understand that
Yeah.
they even have a luncheon buffet now.
yeah, a new offering in
Yeah,
Schenectady.
that's
So
really
and that's
nice.
not just during restaurant week. That's happening
No,
all
no,
the time
they
for
do
people.
that
Yep.
anytime. Yeah, but I just happened to remember that I saw that and I thought,
Yeah.
what a nice thing. We don't have any buffet, or not, I guess a buffet, or it's even hard to find a restaurant at noon. If you want to go out for a nice meal, we used to go to like Johnny's and a number of Ferraris and a number of restaurants. Cornell's, I mean, none of them are open at noon.
Things changed during COVID, absolutely, but
COVID.
in their place, we've got a lot of new great restaurants. So Simone's is now open, and they're here for lunch, and they're
Simone's
always
is
busy.
being
Chez
really-
Nu
yeah.
is packed all the time for lunch, and they're open for lunch and dinner. You've got Whistling Kettle, you've got Ambition, you've got Novel on certain days of the
And
week. So
Chez Noir is open in the afternoon. as
yes, yeah, we were just there the other day, and they were incredibly packed for lunch. So Katie's is once again, they've never closed for lunch.
Katie
So they've
O'Brien's,
always,
yeah.
yep, they're always here and open for lunch. So some
Yeah.
great dining options in the
We
county.
do, if you haven't been to Schenectady lately, you might just do an eating tour here.
Oh, yeah, we definitely need some type of restaurant tour because you can just travel the world without leaving downtown, and
I
it's
know,
just
but
a wonderful.
we'll just right here at Proctor's, we have Yaya's right behind us.
They're so good.
Are they
Everything about it.
participating at all? Probably not because of the style.
Right, but they do participate in our soup stroll, wing
Yeah.
walk, tater trot, those types of
Because
events. So.
when we have restaurant week, it's usually a sit down.
Yes, so some
So it-
restaurants do offer it for takeout. We highly recommend
Oh, they
reservations
do
throughout the week,
takeout.
but we also recommend that people contact the individual restaurants to see if takeout's available for them.
Okay. So when we talk about a 3-course meal, what are we talking about?
For most places,
Appetizer, dinner, and dessert?
and dessert, yes. For most places, it will be that. For some of the Italian places, they typically do 2 different types of appetizers and an entree, but all of those menus are on downtownschenectady.org.
Do they get a selection when they go to the restaurant?
Yeah, so it's a prefix menu, but there's usually about 3 options in each
Okay.
category that people have to select from. And not a lot of restaurants don't just offer the menu. So if you're going with a group and someone doesn't want to order off the restaurant week menu, they can absolutely order something off of the regular
Oh,
menu
they
as
can,
well.
okay.
Yeah.
So they just wouldn't be participating in it.
Right, you wouldn't get the same price point, but if you wanted to get something that's on their normal menu that is not on the restaurant week menu, you
Now,
absolutely
I
can.
know you just recently on the 27th of,
January.
I can't believe that date
I-
came out of my head.
It's the fact that we're already talking about the middle of February.
I mean, it was like, oh my God, the soup, and it just popped in my head. I worry about myself sometimes. I got too much up there.
You've got a lot of stuff up there, yeah.
Really. So anyway, so you had the soup stroll, and that was extremely, I saw the lines.
Yeah, It was a busy, busy day for the restaurants. We had a lot of restaurants have their busiest day. We had shops having their busiest day, so it was a great day in downtown. More than 6,000 people.
So tell me, what winners did you have in the soup? Or do you remember?
So we have,
I don't
we
wanna
have,
put you
we
on
have
the
two
spot.
separate. I can remember most of them. We have two separate groups
That
of
hasn't been
winners.
that long, right? I
We
won't
have-
ask you 6 months from now.
I still have the awards on my desk. So we have the judges categories that they pick, and then we also do People's Choice. So our top People's Choices this year we had Simone's, we had Manhattan Exchange. The judges also really loved Tara Kitchen. They won top overall for that. We had most creative. We have a lot of different categories that the different restaurants.
All right,
used out.
but those are the places. But tell me what the soups were.
We had a cauliflower and lemon potatoes at Simone's. We had a cheesy chicken and bacon at Tara Kitchen.
Wow.
Yaya's did chicken and dumpling that the judges adored.
I love chicken and dumplings.
There was great offerings. And I think that's the most exciting part of all of the food promotions we run is how creative and unique all of these restaurants are.
I did talk to someone who went, and I forgot who it was, but anyway, they said we wanted to go to all of them, but we couldn't.
Yeah, it's a lot of soup. We had 32 participating restaurants. It's 3-ounce samples.
That's a lot of soup.
96 ounces of soup. So that's why, luckily, a lot of people go with friends and family.
Do they
and
ever
you're all
have any
sharing.
dessert soups, or are they all?
Yeah, so this year we had bittersweet candy, and they participated, and they did a chocolate and peanut butter soup that people
Chocolate
loved.
peanut butter soup.
It was delicious. And they're getting
I
ready
bet
to
you could get kids to eat the soup, huh?
Oh, not just kids. They're getting ready to make a special announcement regarding that soup too. So people will have to stay tuned to their social media
and
pages.
where was that done?
That's at Bittersweet Candy right on J Street.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
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 That's a great idea, really.
Yeah,
But you
absolutely.
had 36,
32.
32, yeah.
Yes. Which is, I know you're like, how many restaurants do we have in downtown?
Yeah, I'm trying
It's-
to think, because that was all in walking.
Yeah. It's a great way to stroll around downtown and
Yeah.
to visit the restaurants, take a break, maybe have a drink or visit a store and buy something and support the local businesses in
Yeah.
every form that you can.
Yeah, and you have that new burger place on J Street. right?
Herbie's, yep,
Yeah.
that's great. And they're open until 2 a.m. so people can enjoy Herbie's
Oh, even after
all
a show.
day. Oh, yes. It's very busy. When you come out of Proctor's on a show night and you walk by, Herbie's is packed. And for a very good reason. It's
Yeah.
delicious
Yeah.
and very inexpensive. So.
Well, I mean, I can't believe the restaurants that we have in the community. The only thing I'm wishing for is another Mexican restaurant.
Hopefully something will come soon.
I
Yes.
hope so, because it's just so much.
Yeah.
It's just fun to go to a Mexican restaurant.
Do you know
We
any
had
chefs
two, and they're
around?
both gone, right?
Do you know any chefs around that would be willing to open up? Are you a little culinary expertise? Maybe
Well, you
you
never
could do
know.
it. We know some people.
Yeah. I know a guy. No. Now, you have a new announcement to make, too, so come on, tell me, who's your new director?
So we're very excited to announce that Maureen Neufeld from
And what
Park
a
Playhouse,
background she has.
incredibly
She's amazing.
artistic.
The palace, oh my gosh.
Yes, so
I see you out there. She's in the audience.
so she just took over as executive director.
Yeah.
So we'll be rolling her out to all sorts of events. So we hope that people
Yeah.
come in and say hello.
Yeah, she certainly has a good background, so I think she'll do a great job. But we're going to miss Jim, of course.
Yep, Jim's still around. Jim's
Yeah, I know
still
he is.
coming to events and everything.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm on a board with him, so I do see
Yes.
him once in a while.
This board.
Yeah, so anyway. Yeah, so I hope that she'll come on and we can talk to her as well.
I think we can convince her to come
out
on.
and talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's just
Yeah.
got to get her, get her
Yeah.
feet in place there, get her office set up and get her plants in place.
Yeah, I was going to say, we need to put a plant there first.
Okay.
And then you're the second stop
I'm the
on the
second.
downtown tour. The plant shop is first.
What else do you have? I know you're rolling out the flags too, aren't you?
Yeah, so it's Hometown Heroes season. So Gail in our office oversees that program. It's in its 10th year, which is hard to believe. And every year we honor approximately 50 new and 50 returning hometown heroes. So they have to be from Schenectady County, either honorably discharged and a veteran or currently serving. And we are seeking nominations right now. So if you
Okay,
know
good. So
someone,
how do they contact you?
they can go online to downtownschenectady.org, and that information's online for the nomination forms, or they can email Gail at downtownschenectady.org.
She's been with you a long time too.
16 plus years. Yeah, Gail's that backbone of DSIC, and we're very glad
Good.
to have her.
Well, we have, if anything, we have longevity in this community.
Yes. Who wants to leave? Nobody.
Nobody wants
It's
to
amazing
leave.
community.
Okay, I'm so happy to have you on the show, Amy. It's
Thanks for
always a
having us,
delight to
Ann.
have you on. And you know, she sat here this whole time, didn't have one note in her hand, but her hands are all inked up.
Yeah, it's the sleeve is where it is. I'm just hiding that from you. It's why I wear long
Yeah,
sleeves.
come back again, Amy. It's always good to
Absolutely.
have you on, and
Thank
we'll be
you, Ann.
talking again with your new director.
Yes,
Sure.
absolutely.
We're going to switch over here to Callaloo. Well, hi, it's good to see you again. Yeah, she's been on the show. Yeah, and how exciting that you've got. I don't believe you're doing Harlem, Macbeth. How's that different? It's just a black cast, maybe.
Set in
Harlem.
the 40s, right?
Yeah.
In the,
Harlem
see,
in
they
the
do that
40s.
with Romeo and Juliet and all the rest. Yeah, good.
So it's going to be wonderful, wonderful to see Shakespeare adapted that type of way.
Now, are you using the Old English or are you modernizing the language?
No, we're using the original text.
Old English.
Yes.
You guys are wonderful if you can do that because,
Thank you.
oh my, I took a class in Shakespeare and it was like, I can't get the rhythm, I can't get something. And they say, it's easy, just kind of let it roll off. And it's like, so tell me a line or two.
Hie thee hither.
Hie thee hither.
That's one of the iconic lines that we think of, you know, with with the Lady Mac.
Lady Mac, okay. And so tell me, okay, let's start back there. What do you play?
I'm one of the cigarette girls, one of the 3 famous ladies.
Oh, the witch? No, the witches
So
from
she's the
Macbeth?
second witch.
Yeah,
I'm the
Toil
second.
and Trouble,
Yes.
you know, that whole thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I bet that was fun. Did you get the eye of the newt?
Actually, this is my first time ever doing this. I heard about it before, and it's pretty exciting. I like it. I really do. It's a lot to learn. Yeah.
There is a lot to learn, and it's not a giveaway. I mean, it's not something you can say, oh yeah, I remember. No, it's really,
Yeah.
and you got to get the right tempo going.
Yes.
And what are you playing in there?
So I am the first witch, and
Oh, you're one of them too.
yes,
Okay.
yes, and then a murderer and Lady Macduff.
So you're playing 3 parts.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Also, 3.
Playing 3 parts?
Yes,
too?
ma'am.
No way.
Yes. I love acting.
Yes.
Trust me, I do. I love it. This is what I live for.
Yeah.
Karen Christina Jones really knew how to pick their
Aw.
her actors, really, with a
Thank
talent like
you.
that.
Yes, ma'am. She's
you.
pretty good.
Oh, I
She
love
brings the
she-
best out of me.
I
tell you.
know.
Yes,
I
yes,
emailed her back and I said, "What? You're not coming?"
Oh,
I know she's working.
yay, yeah.
I know she's working. Because she used to come on all the time, and then she got this job that she can't come. It's like, oh, I really always like to see her. She's such a nice person. How is she as a director? Don't listen, Karen.
She gives great direction. So, you know, as a great director would do, to bring out a character, you know, you have to, as an actor, you have to do it in the vision of the director, and she gives great.
Because they have an
direction.
image of what they
Right.
want.
Exactly.
Exactly. And so, you know, we build and grow that character, and even though this
Well-
is her first Shakespeare, right?
Go ahead.
Well, with me, I'm gonna be honest. She sees something that's not right. She's gonna call it out right there, and she's gonna make you do it. And she's real hard on me because she know that I have the talent, and she know that I can bring it.
She
So-
knows that you
Yeah,
can do it.
and
She
yes,
wants
and
to make
she's
sure she
very
brings
hard.
But you know, that's really good for you.
Yes, and you know what? She was telling me not too long ago about when she criticized me that I never get upset, and I told her that's the only way I'm gonna become better.
Exactly. See, people don't always realize that sometimes having what they call a critique.
Right.
Yes.
Let's call it
critique.
critique.
Right.
It sounds
Yes.
better, right? Being critical.
Right.
You know. So when somebody does that, it's not because they're mad at you or they're trying to better you.
Yep, they
Right.
want to bring the best out of you, and that's what she's always done with me. I mean, I don't never take it seriously. I know that she whatever she sees, she wants it to come out, and she pulls it out.
Yes.
So tell me, how long have you been acting? Well, I'm going to ask you all that, but I'll start with you because you're in the back there.
I've been acting.
Your microphone, I guess, is okay, right? Yeah, okay, good.
I've been acting over 10 years. I've been in a lot of films. I've been doing this live theater thing for about probably 3 years. With
And
characters
live
too.
theater is a lot different than film.
It definitely is.
I mean, there's no retakes.
No, I was talking to her, this young lady the other day about it, and I'm like, I like filming better. Because I'm like, when you on the...
When you make a mistake, you can go back and do it over.
Yeah.
I mean, see, like this show, I don't do it over. So if I screw up, it's out there.
And so with live theater, it's tough. I get nervous. I told her, I get so nervous on the stage. And I'm like, oh my God. But one thing about forgetting a line and messing up, you always have the other actors and actors always come through and they like throw a line, then you be like, oh, okay, what she saying that for? And then you remember the line and go right through it.
Yeah, well, it might be a little harder with Shakespeare, but I don't know how that works.
We help one another out,
You
we
do.
really
All the
do.
time.
And nobody never
Exactly.
knows when we make a mistake, we keep right on going.
It was funny because I was in a play and the guy that I was playing opposite, he skipped the line that was integral to what I was going to say, or else it would have made no sense.
Yes.
So I had to say his lines in my
Yes.
I said, "Oh, you were going to say," and he said, "Oh, thank you so much." But it was one of those things that you have to be on your feet, right?
Totally.
When you're on stage, you're on your feet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And one thing about all this, you get to know each person. You get to know what they're about.
Yeah.
They become family.
You do. Every show is a
Yeah.
They
family.
become family, and once it's the end, it's like you're crying.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, but we're going to meet again. and
Yeah,
you never do.
exactly.
But
Yeah. Yeah, that happened.
No, I mean, every show I've been in, it's like, oh, 1 year from today, we're going to meet together at the restaurant. And, that's the end of that. So how long have you been acting?
So I actually started in Shakespeare in middle school. I was in classics club. So
Oh, okay. So you know Shakespeare.
yeah. So for 3
You're a
years.
natural.
Aw, thank you.
No, you've got to be because yeah.
Yeah, so for 3 years, when I was younger, they used to take us to the city. We would go to Broadway shows, and then we would put up a show of our own here in Schenectady. So getting back into it is fun because I've always loved the text. And then so through high school, I've acted. I've been on a few of the television shows that came up here and filmed, like The Gilded Age.
Oh yeah, they and of course the Armory Studios, New York. They've been doing a lot of TV there.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Modern Love. So my
Yeah.
whole life, basically. Yes.
Nice. So you're having a good time.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Life is
Enjoying it.
And I know you've been on before, but tell us again how long.
Well, I, similar to Chavell, started in middle school, in junior high, and it was actually in a drama class. So left it all alone until adulthood. And then from there, I went to stage managing, started watching all the actors. Maybe I caught the bug, the acting bug.
You got the bug.
That's because you got it. That's fine.
And I was imitating. For a lot of time I was imitating, just seeing how they do what they do, how they present themselves, how they, portray
learn
the
a
script.
lot. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So,
What is it, Patty Chayefsky? The whole thing there. Just learning. Yeah. So let's talk about Harlem, Macbeth, and when and where. I don't know who's going to speak, but
2 weekends in March. We have the weekend of March 8th and the weekend of March 15th
and where's that going to be?
at the Albany Barn. So that's on 2nd Street.
Is this going to be in the because I've seen them when they're done in the round, or is it going to be on the stage?
On the stage.
On stage.
And I know what you mean when you say on the round.
Yeah, no, I mean,
because of
the
the way
last
that-
one I saw there was done in the round. I mean, in other words,
Gotcha.
we all sat around and the acting was all in the center, which was really quite good.
Yes. Well,
But
and you'll have to come to see and enjoy the experience because it's totally new. Totally new. When we
I
were
like
speaking,
the Albany Barn. I think that they do a nice job, and of course
Yes.
there's a balcony around there, at the top.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
beautiful.
And to have, because when we were doing our introduction to our first read through, Karen Christina was mentioning that Orson Welles had done the Voodoo Macbeth. You know, these adaptations are going to be very interesting. So Harlem Renaissance, you'll be excited to see.
Well, and they've done like Romeo and Juliet. I think didn't they do Macbeth in the 40s, the 40s setting? I thought they did a Macbeth in the 40s setting. Maybe not.
Harlem?
That's what we're doing now.
We're doing Harlem.
You're doing the 40s setting? Okay, well maybe it's similar, but I thought it was like Marlon Brando or something. You know, I'm digressing. I'm sorry.
No,
But, you know,
I lo-
once we start talking
I love-
Shakespeare, there's
We
a
go there,
lot of
exactly.
years.
Yes.
Okay, and this is a ticketed event as well.
Yes.
So
Yes, it
they're going
is.
to pay their money to enjoy the experience.
Yes.
If I recall correctly, it seats quite a few people with the stage,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And how many are in your cast? Other than you playing 3 parts.
Right, right.
There's about like
8,
10,
9, 10,
yeah, like 10 to 12
Might be
maybe.
10 to 12 people maybe.
Because we have the child.
Maybe like just at 10.
Right.
10? That's
Yeah.
a lot in a cast.
It is.
Yeah. And what are you doing? Well, you're playing this in the 40s? What are
Yes.
you doing for costumes?
Oh, who we had the last time, Jasenia?
Yeah, you did the
Yeah.
costumes last time.
Jasenia, she did a fantastic job.
Oh,
and
she's doing
also,
that again. Oh, yeah,
yes,
she's
yes.
such a sweetheart.
Yes,
isn't
So
she is.
she really picked some beautiful outfits. So I know we're
She's
gonna.
she's a fashionado.
Yes,
I
she's
don't
got
care
the
what
eye.
anybody
Yes.
says.
Yes.
It's like if you want fashion, talk to her.
That's
Yep.
right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So she's doing all that. Okay.
Yes. So we will definitely look the part and play the part.
Okay, good. This is going to be interesting.
Yes.
This isn't an all-female cast, is it?
No.
No,
Okay,
just like
well,
how
I'm just
Shakespeare
checking, you know,
used to-
because
right.
well, it's like
That's
Patrick
an
White
idea.
Patrick White did the play Men in Boats or Men in Boats, and I said, oh, he says, yeah, well, I'm kind of doing this a little different. I says, how are you doing it, Patrick? He says, it's all women. Oh, Men in Boats, okay.
And
Why not?
Thinking about how Shakespeare did, you know, it was all men.
Men played
Yeah.
the
Right,
women's
the women,
Yes,
right.
yes.
So yeah, not quite that. We have
Not
a
yet.
mixed cast.
Not
right,
yet.
Right. We have
Yes.
a mixed cast, but
What
yeah.
fun. Okay,
Yes.
and how much of the tickets do you recall, or, you know?
Oh no, you know what? Wow.
I
That's
know, I
okay,
didn't
you don't
even-
need to. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just go online and get the tickets.
Absolutely, go online and check the prices.
And you
But
can
make sure
get
you
your
come and see.
tickets at the door too, usually.
Yes, you can get your tickets at the
Yeah.
door as well. Yes.
And it's street parking, in case you've never been there, it's street
Yes.
parking, but there's
That
plenty
it
of
is.
parking. I didn't have any trouble finding place
Yes.
to park.
Yes.
Well, congratulations to you
Thank
all.
you.
And three parts,
Yes.
three parts.
Yes.
Oh
So
my
are you gonna come see us in action?
Pardon?
Are you gonna come see us in action?
I would love to, yes. I have to check the dates.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm-
Because you're a busy person.
I got a lot going on,
Yes.
but that's okay because I try and catch them all. And I've been to the Albany Barn, so it's not
Yes.
like this is like, oh, I don't know where that is. No, I know I've been there. So I think I went to one of Patrick's plays, Harbinger Theater. Yeah. But I like the idea that the Albany Barn is being used more for that.
Yes.
And also the Schenectady Barn and the Electric City Barn, they're doing the same thing. So maybe you could do a play over here. So.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Convenient for me.
Yeah,
never
Christina
know.
did start out here.
Well, listen, break a leg.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I don't know if they would have said that in Shakespeare's time. They probably
Oh, stop
You watch
it.
the producers, yeah, that's what that guy did. He broke a leg. So anyway.
Well, this is also going to be interesting for us because there's a whole new rebranding of Callaloo Theater.
Oh,
What'd
yeah.
she
So
rebrand? What do you
she,
mean, rebranding?
Right.
well, she started as State Street Productions
Yeah, I remember
in
that.
2001.
Yeah.
And then so when she started Callaloo, yeah, she wanted to focus on the LGBTQIA and fellow actors that look like us. So then
Yeah.
we're, especially because she now wants to go into Shakespeare.
Good.
So yeah. So
I love Christina.
She's a great
Yeah,
person.
I
I
love
do
her
too. I love
too.
her too.
Yeah, yeah. Please
she's
say
phenomenal.
hi to her for me.
Yeah, we
I
will.
miss
We
seeing
will,
her.
You can
definitely.
expect to see more classics. You know, I can't wait to see what's coming up
What
next.
she's gonna do
Classics,
next, yes.
Shakespeare, and I don't know. This is an iconic role that I've had to play for this part. So. we'll
It
see how
stretches
the
you.
act-
It stretches
It does. It does. Old English
that's
is
a
such
good
a
thing.
different language. It is.
It's a good thing. Well, Don't break a leg. We'll see you there. Okay. We're going to switch over to another theater, Bunbury Theater, here, players here, and I'm so glad that you're here today to talk about that.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, tell me about what's going on. You're doing one-act plays?
Yep, so it's our second annual one-act play fest. Very similar to what we did last year. We tried to narrow down a little bit this time, because I don't know if you remember last year we got
had a
a
lot.
gargantuan amount of
I know, I
people sending
remember
in
you
plays.
telling me that, yeah.
So we cast a slightly smaller net and a little more local and whatnot, and a little bit easier to pare down and head.
Are these all local plays?
I believe they're all pretty local, well, maybe a little further outside the capital region, but we weren't taking things from like Canada or like Europe
okay.
this
Right,
time,
right, right.
like we got last time.
And these are all one act?
Yep, they're all one
And
act.
they're all, how long is a one-act play?
It varies a little bit. Our criteria this time, we tried to keep it somewhere in the like 20, 25 page ballpark, so nobody was sending us their opus, and so nobody was sending us a tiny little vignette that's like a little 5-minute skit type
Yeah.
thing. So they're all, probably somewhere in the 20
They have to
minutes
tell a story.
Yeah, 20 minutes to a half hour, tell a story, have some time
So
for
how
development.
many you got?
There are going to be 6 this year.
6 at a half hour each.
Right about there,
Roughly.
yeah.
Okay.
so
Is
more
one,
manageable.
One day?
Yep, it's so it's over 2 days. It's
2 days.
Friday, March 8th, and Saturday, March 9th.
Okay.
The Friday is a 7 o'clock show, and then the Saturday we have a 2 and a 7 o'clock show. So yeah, and it'll be the same 6 shows each of those days, so you have multiple days to try to catch the shows.
And how do you select the plays? Other than you just get a bunch, and I always think of the movie, the producers, and they're reading all these plays,
Yeah.
and they said, "Oh, I think I read this one before."
Yep, it was a group of us once we pared down, because there were some, that were easier to whittle down as far as like, some folks still send us some very long plays or whatnot. But there was a group of us that got together and really read through and each would just pick chunks of the list and start reading, plays and whatnot, and then maybe get a second set of eyes, because we all kind of did it together, came together,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
spend a whole, afternoon, most of a day reading, and then going, I really like this one. What do you think about this?
Yeah.
And getting a second set of eyes and going, yeah, I think that's a good
So
pick.
So how many did you get to begin with? I mean, I'm just wondering how
Oh,
many are you
gosh.
whittling down? Are you getting like 50, and now you got to whittle down to
It was
only
still up,
6?
I believe, at least a couple hundred, but it wasn't.
A couple
It wasn't like
hundred?
I think we had several hundred last year. Yeah, it was enormous.
And you had to read them all? Well,
Yeah.
you gotta, because
Yeah, at least start getting into them and get a feel for them and start going. Even if you don't get all the way in, if you find something, maybe somebody sent something a little bit questionable or a little more risque than our group often does, things like that. But this is a smaller batch of at least really.
you can probably eliminate some just right off the get-go, maybe even by the title and then the first paragraph or two,
Yeah,
this isn't
a
gonna
little
work.
bit. Not too many. I don't want to discredit.
Yeah, no, but I'm
playwrights.
just saying
But
there's
yeah,
some.
there's some, and we had multiple eyes. I think last year we didn't expect how many we were going to get, so we originally only thought like for such a small group that we are that a couple people could just leaf through, and this year we had like 4 of us like sitting together and really hammering through a lot of them all at once.
Right.
It was good.
So what do you, now, okay, they're one-act plays, so you have to cast each one of them?
Yes. So we had auditions, and it's going to be still relatively small. A lot of times folks pick up a double role, similar to what they were saying.
Yeah.
If they feel up to it, especially because these are going to be staged readings. So the nice thing
Oh,
is,
you're doing stage readings. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good, so no sets to worry about.
yeah,
Well,
very
sorry, minimal set.
Minimal, yeah, minimal set, enough that you get the
You gotta
idea.
have to have a table or something like
Yeah, if you need a couch or a coffee table or something. But yeah, the actors don't have the same strain of taking on 3 parts and really learning 3 parts to
Yeah,
memory.
yeah.
They're going to be able to have their books in hand if they need it.
that. Well, 20 minutes is a lot different than
Than
a
Macbeth.
1.5 hour play. So, and where are these gonna be held?
They're going to be at the Strand Theater up in Hudson Falls,
Okay.
right on Main Street there. Really,
Yeah.
really cool old building and cool venue.
Yeah, and so that means you have to lug in sets or minor sets even?
Yep, we'll have to load everything
do they
into
have
the
stuff
venue.
there?
I think they have a little bit there. Kind of depends on what you need. They may have things there that we don't have
Yeah.
need of or whatnot. But yeah, so we'll be, anything we have, we'll probably end up bringing with us for the most part. But yeah, they will be pretty minimal staging, because that's the thing too, is to be able to move through them rapidly
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
That you don't want a 5-hour scene change in
No,
between
no,
shows.
no,
You want it to be
no.
snappy.
And a lot of times, if it's a 2-chair and a table, you can use the same set. You know,
Right.
Just set something different in the center of the table. So
Yeah,
it
the
feels
directors. Yeah, we've been comparing notes already and going, oh, you have a desk in yours, I have a desk in mine too. Great. That
Yeah.
we'll just use the same
We'll
desk
use
and
the same
throw
one.
different props on it.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
different. Yeah. So you've got the 6 plays that you're going to do now. They're over. Did you say 2 days? Yeah, the
Yep.
8th and 9th, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you are a playwright as well. So
Yes.
is one of your plays going to be?
Yes.
Oh,
actually.
did you select it? No, I'm kidding.
I excuse myself from that selection.
Okay.
I
You
let
used
them pick that or not.
Or what is it? What is it when you use a different name?
Oh, like a pen name
Your
or a
pen name.
pseudonym.
I
Yeah.
couldn't think of that. I'm sorry.
No, I excuse myself from that one, but they still liked it and wanted to do it. And,
So tell me what your play is about. Since you know that, you're so
that one I do
familiar
know.
with
Yeah.
it.
So that one is called the AI method, and it.
AI. We're getting into this.
Yes, but I wanted purposefully one because I tend towards comedy, and I wanted something that was relevant but different than the AI taking over themes that are very common.
That's pretty common.
So this is a younger guy who's going through some things and is told by family members that, like, maybe you should talk to somebody about this and maybe think about therapy, and he's not comfortable doing that yet. So what he does is he goes out and
to
buys
AI for therapy.
he goes out and buys this device that is like an Alexa Home type thing, but for therapy.
Yeah.
And so he starts trying to talk to that instead in place of therapy.
Okay, so he's talking to Siri.
Yeah, pretty much. And they kind of learn
Oh,
from
that's
each
a
other.
funny theme.
Yeah.
Does he get any help?
Well, you'll have to come see the
to come
play,
to play.
Ann.
That's a great concept, though. Who would have thought? I mean, I wouldn't have thought of that, but that was good. So you like comedy?
Yeah, I lean heavily towards the comedy.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have. I mean, we all need to laugh. That's
Oh,
for
absolutely.
Sure.
And there are some more serious ones in there. There's one that's a very politically charged production between 2 women that is taking place during the January 6th incident at the Capitol. Yeah. So there's more charged things. So especially you have something like that, you have something else to balance it out a little bit.
You break it up a little bit. Would you say? I love the idea of having the 1-act plays, but I love to get kids involved in theater and at least seeing it and understanding it and understanding what theater is, because I feel as it's such an expression that they might get involved with or just appreciate. What ages?
Well, there's definitely some themes that I think are good to be out there in the world, but maybe not for like your 5-6-year-old. I think there's a tiny bit of some coarse language, especially in like the political one. But so, I'd say probably 10 and up would probably be fine, especially if you have a well-adjusted 10-year-old, you know what I mean?
Well, and not only that, but the parents can kind of judge with their
Right,
kids.
the parents know their kids.
I mean, I don't know if you watch TV lately.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that there's anything that they, isn't on there.
That'll surprise them.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I didn't realize. Well, okay.
Yeah. But there's things that I think there's one play that deals with I believe it's a coach speaking to the mothers of 2 players on a team who were caught kissing like in the locker room or something like that. And it's like these are themes that do need to be discussed. They're not handled in a crass manner. You know what I mean?
No, I mean life is life.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's
you can't
there, it
protect yourself
exists.
from everything, but if you are exposed to it and then understand, you have an understanding behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's 1-act plays, and I just got to tell everybody what's coming up next time. Oh my goodness, we have such a great guest. I'm going to have a conversation with Rudy Lou. He is a photographer, and he recently retired, but he's an interesting man. Harbinger Theater is going to be here. Opera Saratoga, the Pride Festival is coming. Schenectady Civic Players is coming. August, Osage County from Civic Players is coming. That's it. Armory Studios, the Dinosaurs is coming here. Dinosaurs Alive, which is an immersive thing. Spina Bifida, tax prep again. I'm telling you, we have some great guests and great information coming out to you. Please watch us. Please spread the word. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. I post all the shows up there, so you'll be able to see them, even if you can't come here to see it in person. I'm Ann Perilli, your host and producer of Capital Region today, and we've been talking with Jason Cromie here. He is a playwright for Bunbury Theater, and got to go see those. That's one-act plays.
And pay as you will.
Pay as you will. Thanks for watching.